How's it going, guys? Welcome back with the NHL free agency officially underway. Today we're getting a lot of free agent signings out there. We've had a lot of stuff going on this offseason. It's been an electric one. So today we're going to be going over our biggest winners and our biggest losers so far after the beginning of this free agency starting. Starting up with our losers, we have the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets came into this offseason with quite the predicament. They had Trouba, they had Myers, both due to get paid this offseason, but that was just on defense. Patrick Laine and Kyle Connor are also on the books to be getting a hefty raise. Obviously, they weren't going to be able to keep them all, and things just got worse with Trouba requesting a trade off the team, and it appeared that the Jets didn't find it worth it to move Peralta a little off the books to make room for Myers, leaving the Jets faithful hoping and praying the Jets paid Connor whatever it is he wants so they can continue on. But at the end of the day, the Jets are down two top four defensemen, and their big cog in Bufflin, again, is also not getting any younger himself. We'll see what the Jets do next year. And then we have, of course, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Where do I start? I guess we can thank CBJ for giving us all an electric free agency to follow, because if it wasn't for no one wanting to play in Columbus, the three hottest free agents on the market wouldn't have been there. Duchesne, not a big loss for Columbus, being he was there for all of 2 months, and it would have cost them a first to sign him anyway. But the same can't be said about the Breadman, who's all but thrown this offense on his back over the past 2 seasons. The crazy thing that gets overlooked here, though, is this. The Blue Jackets finished the past 2 seasons with Panarin with less points than they did the season prior when they still had Brandon Saad, and that's why it's without a doubt that Sergei Bobrovsky is the biggest loss for any team this offseason. The man single-handedly carried CBJ to playoffs on multiple occasions, and they are now going to have to live life without him. Columbus did pick up the Goose here in free agency, who can be a solid piece to the offense, but the future of the Blue Jackets is going to weigh heavily on the performance of Korpisalo and Elvis back there in net. Moving over to our winners, we have the Dallas Stars. Let's face it, the core of Dallas is not getting any younger. Sagan, 27, Ben pushing 30, Radulov, 32, Bishop the same. That window of opportunity is closing for the Stars, but the window is still open as of now with the additions of Joe Pavelski, who's going to give this team some much needed pop on what we can assume will be his role on the second line, and I absolutely love the addition of Corey Perry. I know he pissed the bed last year, but guess what? You can throw those things in a washer and they're good as new. Perry has proven to be a dynamic player in his career. Now, I don't expect us to flashback to 2013 by any means, but I could easily see him fall back into that 30, 40, 50 point range, and for a 1.5 mil contract, you can't beat that. Low risk, high reward on this signing, I think. I like it for the Dallas Stars. The Florida Panthers, another big winner. I already shared my praise for Bobrovsky earlier, and you can call it bias if you want, sure, but I've watched this guy play. If Bobrovsky plays like he has with the Blue Jackets when he was at his best, this Florida team is up completely. That is a playoff team easily next season, in my opinion. The Panthers also added some depth in picking up Achari for around $1 million. Florida's looking hot right now, but they might be another team that is in a small window of opportunity, much like the Stars. They have Barkov, they have Huberdeau, both on really friendly deals for the next 3 years, and that's going to be a very key 3 years as well, because after those 3 years are up, Bobrovsky's going to be about 34, and it'll be at that point in time where we'll look back and see the type of shape Florida could be in after dishing out $10 million a year to a goaltender. We still see Montreal dealing with those effects right now, but if Florida can somehow bring home a championship in that time frame, it will have been all worth it. But Florida still has $10 million cap space right now too. They might not be done here. Finally, though, we have the New York Rangers. How can you miss them? It's hard to make a winners and losers list without including the team that landed the top free agent on the market in Artemi Panarin. The beauty of being a team from New York, what can I say? And unlike the other teams we mentioned as winners, the Rangers' window of opportunity seems to be opening more and more. The Rangers have very few long-term commitments. Matter of fact, they will have $13 million coming off the books after this season if they choose not to re-sign Kreider, Nemestikov, and Strome, and another $24 million coming off the books after the 2021 season with Lundqvist and some of their older D-men's contracts expiring, which brings up the next thing that cannot be overlooked from this Ranger offseason, the addition of Capo Caco. If you're a Ranger fan, you feel like you just picked up 2 elite forwards this offseason without a doubt. You got a lot of young guys coming through the system, developing, throwing the gift that was Jacob Trouba in trade, and the Rangers look to be a legitimate contender going into next season. But those are our winners, those are our losers. I'm sure there will be some more coming through the woodworks here with the free agency still looming around here right now. I'd like to hear some teams you guys thought did really well, did really bad in free agency. As for this video, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.